Sales are down, prices are down slightly, and inventory is definitely up to start the year so far in the Peterborough real estate market. Hello, everybody. I'm Mitch Cleary, and if you're new here, we're posting regular market updates, new listings, and general Peterborough area real estate information. If you care to like and subscribe, of course, it helps us out, and you'll see our contact info on the bottom of the slides throughout the presentation. Okay, so let's jump right into it. City of Peterborough, January 2025. You see prices are down about 2.4%. We had 61 sales in January, whereas we had 81 sales this time last year. It was a relatively strong January last year. Felt strong. And so far this year, everything has felt okay. But as you can see, a decrease of 24% in year-over-year sales numbers. Active listings this year, 153, whereas there was 90 active listings at the same time last year. So months of inventory is definitely rising. Okay, Peterborough region, this encompasses the greater area outside of Peterborough, so it's going to include your Duros, your Ennismores, down a little bit south to the Otonabee, South Monaghan region. And so we're grabbing a bigger area here. Very similar numbers. Average price down about 5.3% year over year. Sales numbers down 21%. Again, large decrease. Average days on market sitting at around 48. And yeah, if you look at the numbers themselves, 114 sales last year, only 89 this year. And you see 345 active listings, whereas last year, this time, we only had about 195. So a significant increase. Now, Kawartha Lakes, this region has some very similar data to Peterborough County, as you'll see in a second here. But just wanted to outlay this because this is an area that stretches further to the north, almost into like the Fenelon Falls region. And prices there are actually up slightly. So this one's a little bit tricky to navigate. But you see the sales are almost equivalent. And the inventory is certainly much higher. The sales would indicate, the sales sort of to new listings and the months of inventory ratio would indicate that it's not likely we're going to see a sustained price increase here. This area can be tricky because there's such a large bandwidth between very small rural residential homes and some obviously some really large lake homes selling in the 2-3 million range, was going to skew a relatively small data set of 53 sales. So all indications would be that it's not likely that you're going to see this continue to hold. Smith-Ennismore-Lakefield, I'm just tracking this because we seem to be dealing a lot out in the Ennismore area. We have lots of buyers looking out in that area, several listings over the last few months. And just want to show you, for sake of just reiterating the same thing here, the sales spot on, same, only 10 sales in the month of January, but the listings are basically double. So the inventory as a function of the months of inventory is basically double. So you see prices are down 13% year over year. We're definitely feeling that on the listing side there, and most indications would be that there will continue to be sideways and slightly downward pressure here. Okay, that's it. I want to keep this one super brief for everybody, just to make sure that everyone wants to keep coming around. I find myself, I don't like watching videos much more than 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to do a quick wrap in terms of the outlook. Buyers, I mean, you take your time and find the right thing right now. It definitely, all indications would be that we're sort of, sideways and slightly downward pressure, maybe some seasonal ups as we get into the spring, but really not a ton of crazy like FOMO style. You might miss the bottom type of pressure going on here right now. So you certainly don't want to compromise and buy something that's not the right thing. There's very little data to indicate that all of a sudden you're just going to miss the market. Sellers, obviously in this market, you got to be priced correctly to sell. People are discriminating. People are taking their time to do second showings when they go and make an offer on a property. It's very uncommon now. Someone just goes through one showing and pencils up an offer because they simply don't have to. You have the time to go back for a second showing, bring the parents, go in, look a little deeper, and do your due diligence before you put an offer in. And in rare circumstances, there are more than one offer in on a property at the same time now, pushing that pressure up. And we're really only seeing that in like the sub 700, even more accurately, like the sub $600,000 mark. Whereas as soon as you cross over that 7, and more specifically even the 850 and above, really, that is bordering on being quite a buyer's market, where people just have time to decide. Prices, sort of my baseline assumption is that we're sort of looking at sideways with slightly seasonal ups and downs, but in my opinion, more a generally slight downward pressure over the next year. It's not uncommon in a reset like we saw. Prices have been coming down really since 2022. We're into 2025 now. In historical resets, corrections, not uncommon to see 6 to 10 years to reach the prior peaks, and where you can drop in price for a period of 2 to 3 years, drag on bottom for 2 years, and then start lifting off. So it certainly seems like we could be in a pattern like that, which means we could have another full year sort of dragging on bottom here. Anyways, that's it for this time. If you guys have any real estate questions, real estate needs, you're contemplating a sale for any reason, any changes in your life, buy or sell in the next while, you can reach out, call, text this number on the bottom, email me. Happy to hear from you. That's it for this month. Take care, everybody.